Hey everyone, it's Brittany. So in this video, I do not have makeup on, my hair is not done, and I don't have cute clothes on. That is because it is 3:55 in the morning, and I was actually planning my Mary Kay month for next month, for April, and I was like, you know what, I really have to tell someone about this. So I decided to make a video. But I've already showered, taken off all my makeup for today, so you'll have to excuse that. This is an independent business. I own my own business, so I love it. I can do what I want with my business. Yes, Mary Kay, the company, does have, the Mary Kay Foundation, and it does have, what else? The breast cancer awareness, but I do all of that in May because I believe May is Mary Kay's birthday. So I do all of that in May, and you know what? I love that I can take a portion of my proceeds of my the money that I make, my profit. I'm sorry, it's really late. And I can donate it to causes that touch my heart. And so my cause for this month, and I tell my customers about that, and I send out an email at the beginning of the month, whatever cause it is. I link the website, I add pictures, I tell them a little bit about why that particular cause is important to me, and I just send that out to all my customers in an email, and then I take 10 minutes at the end of the party and I talk about it, and if I have materials, I talk about the materials and I tell them you can pick them up. And so for the Self-Injury Foundation is my one for March, because there are a lot of misconceptions about self-injury and what it is. There's a lot of preconceived notions, like those people are crazy, and if they can hurt themselves, they can hurt other people, and none of that stuff is true. And so I know a lot of people that have self-injured, and so it's just a really personal cause to me. So I have these little info cards, things to know about self-injury, and then if you need to reach out to someone, for yourself or for someone else, it has information there. And then it has information on the back on how to contact the foundation. I have these little info cards here, education, research, advocacy, and support, and then on the back it has the mission of the Self-Injury Foundation, and then I have these brochures, facts and fiction of self-injury. So on the inside it has myths about self-injury, and then on the inside it has what it actually is, and then on the back it has info about contacting the foundation. So it's not one of those things like, oh, look for this, look for that, this is what you should do. It just talks about what it is and what it's not. So I will link all of the websites that I talk about today down below, so if you hear something that you like, you can click on it and find out about it for yourself. But I do the Self-Injury Foundation in March because Self-Injury Awareness Day is March 1st. For next month, I will be working with the World Wildlife Fund. I love the World Wildlife Fund. Because you can go in, you can learn about the species, you can learn if they are extinct, if they're endangered, if they're being protected, if they're totally okay. You can learn about the threats to those species like climate changes, overfishing, pollution, illegal wildlife trade. You can learn how to protect those species. You can learn how the World Wildlife Fund is tackling threats and empowering communities. You can learn the science of it. You can learn how to help them. And then you can go in and you can adopt a species. So I think that's super cool. I'm just going to read you a few of them that you can adopt. An African elephant, a polar bear, a panda, a tiger, a sea turtle, a great white shark, an emperor penguin chick, so the little baby, a dolphin, an Arctic fox, a gorilla, what else? A jaguar, a Komodo dragon, and a harbor seal, a monarch butterfly, a giant tortoise, a seahorse, a bison, an octopus, a toucan, a prairie dog, a vampire bat, a warthog, an anaconda. You can go in and you can adopt a giant snake if you want to. I think that's pretty dang cool. So you can go in and you can do that. So I think it's really awesome. The World Wildlife Fund, you can also go to Wildlife Volunteer, and you can volunteer with them. They do have elephant reserves because elephants, they really are very sensitive and emotional animals. Elephants actually can die if their mate dies. They can die of a broken heart because they will literally just lay down, and they will actually weep tears, and they'll just lay there until they starve to death. And baby elephants will do the same thing. I've seen some very graphic photos that are not pretty of baby elephants just kind of lying on top of their dead mothers because their parents are poached and killed for the ivory of their tusks. And so the babies won't do anything. They would just lay there and die. And so they have set up elephant reserves to help nurture them, and most of them end up staying in the reserves because we can't release them back into the wild because they would be poached and killed. Same thing, you can go out with the marine research team and you can learn about helping distressed marine animals and, marine mammals, and kind of learn about those threats as well. You can go diving with sharks off the coast of Africa. I think it's really cool. So I do partner with them a little bit. Another one that I work with is Shark Savers. Their mission is to save sharks and mantas, reducing the demand for shark fin soup. I think that's disgusting. I don't know why people would do that. The thing is like the number of human deaths that were related to sharks in 2012 was 12. And then the number of sharks that were killed by humans out of fear in 2012 was over 400,000. To me, it just makes no sense why people would do that. Yes, sharks do attack people, but great whites will attack because they will mistake a surfer for food. And the colors of a wetsuit, especially if you're wearing bright colors, sharks are attracted to bright colors, red, yellow, blue, and they're attracted to churning water. So when you're like paddling through the water, they are attracted to that. And then, yes, tiger sharks, hammerheads, those sharks will attack maliciously, but they do that because they see us as a threat with good reason. We're killing them. So I don't know. No one knows. But maybe if we stop killing them, maybe they'll stop attacking people out of, thinking that they're a threat. We don't know. So, that's just my little rant on killing sharks. But another one I work with is Shark Stewards. With the Shark Stewards, you can adopt a shark. I think it's awesome. I've never really done the adopt a species with World Wildlife Fund, but I know with Shark Stewards, you can go in and you can adopt a shark for $75. You'll get a little shark plush. You'll receive a name certificate so you can name your shark, and it'll include the information on your live shark that has been caught, tagged, and released back into the ocean, so they know what's going on with your shark, and I think that's super cool. So that is Shark Stewards. You can go in and you can buy little necklaces that have like a little hook that have been confiscated from fishermen. So I think that's just really super cool. Another one I work with is the Oceanic Preservation Society. If anyone has ever seen the movie The Cove, it is awesome. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually a documentary analyzing the dolphin slaughtering issue in Japan. So it's a really amazing movie that has worked with the Oceanic Preservation Society. And they address issues like ocean acidification, so the rising levels of acid in our oceans, whaling, underwater noise pollution, mercury in the seafood, marine mammals in captivity, mass species extinction, and dolphin slaughter. So, they work very closely with some issues that are very close to me. So, I do really love working with them. Another one that I work with is Reach Out Worldwide. This is amazing. I love Reach Out Worldwide. It was actually started by actor/producer Paul Walker because he saw that there was a gap between resources and trained professionals to go out and help with natural disasters. And so he went on a trip, and then he got back together with a group of friends, and he started Reach Out Worldwide. And so they have gone to Colorado for floods. They've gone to all over the United States for tornadoes, to Haiti and Chile for earthquakes, to Indonesia for tsunamis. And they went to the Philippines for the earthquake in Bohol and for Typhoon Haiyan. And, for the Philippines, they took 2 whole cargo planes full of materials and full of resources and things that they needed, medical supplies, water, food, and they would set up like amongst fallen trees wherever they could and just go out and help and provide medical support. And they take trained professionals. Trained professionals take time out of their lives to go and help these people, doctors, paramedics, EMTs, and arborists, lumberjacks, people that can actually go and help, registered nurses, people that are first aid and CPR certified, and they go and help with relief efforts. And as soon as I get my EMT certification, I will be going with them. It is just a little crazy though, because you have to get all of these vaccines that you didn't even know existed, or vaccines that you got as a baby you have to have renewed. Polio, malaria, smallpox, all of those crazy things that you think you'd never have to worry about, because you are going to other countries that do have a risk of those things. You do have to have those vaccines updated. And then I also work with Catholic Relief Services. So if you're Catholic, they do send out mission teams to these giant sites, these post-disaster sites. And they will send out a mission team, they will assess damages, and they'll come back. And then they will send out whole mission teams to help with relief efforts. So I do work with Catholic Relief Services as well. And then the last one I'm going to talk about just really quickly is Surf Aid International. I freaking love Surf Aid International. So some of the things that I've talked about and kind of ranted about were self-injury, right? So like human issues, and then natural disasters, and then animals, saving the animals. I love that about my Mary Kay business. Mary Kay has never been tested on animals. But Surf Aid International is a non-profit humanitarian group, and they aim to improve the health, well-being, and self-reliance of people that are living in isolated regions that are connected to us through surfing. So it's really awesome because they partner with communities and governments, and they work to prevent disease and suffering and death. And they do this through educational programs and health promotion, and they aim to change poor health behaviors and to reduce the risk of health-related illnesses and issues as a result from natural disasters. So and their goal is to empower communities to help themselves and to improve health resilience. And they want to create a sustainable effort. And it includes education on nutrition, hygiene, healthy environment, disease prevention, including mosquito net distribution. They've also created an emergency preparedness group and an emergency response group. So I love it that they have a community-based health group. They have a malaria program. They will go and work with village communities to significantly and sustainably reduce the burden that comes with malaria. They work with water and sanitation. They have entire school programs. So I love it that all of these causes will range from helping the animals to helping people who injure themselves to natural disasters to health. So, and how I did this was I sat down and I thought about, what is my purpose in life? What do I want to accomplish in my life? And I made a list of like 50 to 100 things, and I went back through with a fine-tooth comb with a highlighter, and I highlighted the ones that made me feel like crying. And these are the ones that I chose. So, and, there are more that I work with. These are just a few of my favorites. But you can go online and you can just think about what appeals to you. Animals, if animals appeal to you, go in and search animal preservation. If oceans and environment preservation appeals to you, go in into Google and search that. If it's natural disasters, if it's human rights, if it's like LGBT, Have a Gay Day is a good one for LGBT. If it's like people with issues like self-injury, there's the Self-Injury Foundation. but you can go into Google and you can find what works for you. And I love this because I may get an email back from a customer that says, you know what, so I may send out a World Wildlife email, and I may get an email from a customer that says, you know what, I really like that, that's awesome. So I may use that as like motive to book a party, or I may like if they email me back and they're like, oh, I adopted a species, that's great, which one did you adopt? Oh, I adopted a panda, great, we're going to do a black and white panda party. And so I may use that as a theme for a party if they like what's going on, or if they, for Reach Out Worldwide, if they say they like it, I may say, great, well, let's book a party, and I'll take 20% of that party, and I'll donate it to Reach Out Worldwide, because it appeals to them. It's something that they feel good about, and these are things that truly touch my heart. These are things that have blessed me, and, I now have a way that I can like actually significantly bless these organizations in such a way that they have touched my heart. And so I don't partner with them in any way. I don't get anything back, but I do tell my customers about it, because your customers may end up loving this. So if this is something that you want to do, definitely go into Google or whatever it is, or go into Yahoo Answers or Ask.com or whatever it is, and find out what works for you, what touches your heart, and tell your customers about it, because of course they want to know, because you want rapport with your customers. You want them to get to know you, and that you want them to know you as more than the Mary Kay person, right? More than just selling them skincare and makeup. And yes, this has nothing to do with makeup or skincare, but I want my customers to know I am more than just the makeup lady. I am more than just about selling them products. I am about reaching out and helping other people, and more than just enriching women's lives, but enriching the lives of so many other people that I can't touch, but this is a way that I can. So, click subscribe, comment below if you have questions. Please, if you have questions, I'd love to answer them. And if you plan on using this idea, definitely comment below. Tell me about it. I want to know like what you chose. Maybe you can give me ideas. And if it's worked for you, what your customers thought, because I love this idea, and it's something that it brings me so much joy into my business, and this is something that I truly love doing. So if you have any questions, just ask. I will link all of these websites below, so you can go and educate yourself, find out about them, see what they're all about, and see if one of them works for you. So now it is 4:13 in the morning, so I'm going to bed. Go out, book lots of parties, use these ideas, and even if you don't do a new one every month, definitely at least try and do one, because to me, Mary Kay has been such a blessing, and it didn't have to. God did not have to put Mary Kay in my life, but He did, and so I want to use this blessing to bless other people as well, and more than just putting product on people's faces. So with that being said, definitely try it and do one, and let me know how it goes. Bye, everyone.